Dr. Harish, thank you for coming to Singapore for helping us with this agile care. Since you are here, I thought maybe I've been looking at the effects of the nuclear radiation that came from the explosion of the nuclear reactors in Japan. Because when I was in China just last week, the earthquake happened, and then on my return, the first reactor exploded. Now 4 reactors are in trouble, and they say number 5, number 6 as well. So it's quite worrying for some of my friends who are in China, who live which are very close. Some parts of China actually quite close, and of course Korea is closer. So I have friends in Taiwan. Taiwan is also a very close vicinity. So what advice do we give? Because I'm reading, and although we're not directly affected by the fallout, but depending on the wind condition and the extent of the blast, how high, how strong the wind is, it can carry through the particles, through the waves, and through the rays. So it can contaminate our food, our water, and the air that we breathe. So maybe you can tell us a bit about what will be the good precautions we can take, and then what are the items. I know that agile products are very good. What are the specific agile products they should take?
So basically what the problem now is the nuclear reactors, okay, some of them have exploded already, okay,
right,
and they have released some radioactive substances into the air. Now the first thing that one should remember is radioactive substances, they do not decay that easily. Okay, some of them have got short lifespan, what they call the half-life. Some of them have got short half-lives, and some of them have got long half-lives. Okay, so now whatever is the half-life, what is important here is, okay, that the activity wouldn't become zero immediately so fast. Okay, the activity will slowly decline as time moves on. It will decline, but the activity will still be there. Okay, and it depends on the vicinity of the country. Okay, how close is the country to Japan? And of course, there will be, the closer you are to Japan, okay, the severity, okay, how bad or how much will be affected will be greater. Okay, like countries which are in closer vicinity, there's a higher risk, okay, of inhaling or obtaining this what we call this radioactive substances. So now the first thing to do is, okay, when this kind of things happen, the first thing one should always do is try to stay indoors as much as possible. That's the first precaution that one must take. Try to stay indoors as much as possible. That's the first thing, because we do not want to be exposed. Like what we say, it can be through the rays, it can be through the waves, it can be through the wind. Okay, so staying indoors is the first thing. The second thing that you should do is to drink a lot of water at this time, because in case you have anything build up in your body, water being a diluent, it will flush out everything. Okay, when there's more water in the body, okay, the ability of the body to retain toxic substance becomes lesser.
I see.
So if you don't drink water, the tendency for these things to stay in your tissues becomes higher. So a good thing to do now is, okay, to slightly maybe increase your water intake, okay, so it will flush out all these things from your body. Now the third important thing, that which is what is talk of the whole world at the moment, where they say that they're worried because the radioactive substance, according to them, one of the most worrisome thing at the moment is it can cause thyroid cancer. Okay, it can cause thyroid cancer, and we know how important is our thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is the main gland that controls the metabolism rate of the human body. So that is the thyroid gland. It's a very important gland, and for the thyroid gland to function, it needs adequate amount of iodine. Iodine is very important. Okay, so now what one should do is to make sure that they get enough supply of iodine daily. Okay, so one, of course, is iodine is normally obtained either from iodized salt, okay, but you cannot take too much of salt because hypertension is the thing again, or through certain things which is obtained from the sea, because anything from the sea normally contains a bit of iodine. So as for agile products, okay, now the best products to be taken at this time as a precautionary step, as a prophylactic measure, okay, to prevent any further complications. The first thing would definitely be this product here. I think you all have heard about this product called Umi. Now Umi, basically, I think you know, okay, is made from it comes from, it's extracted from fucoidin, okay, fucoidin, which is from brown seaweed, and brown seaweed normally has got a high percentage of iodine. Okay, it's got a high percentage of iodine. So this iodine will help. Okay, this iodine will help, not only help in giving the enough adequate amount of iodine to the thyroid glands function, but also remember it's an immune booster. Okay, we have to make sure that our immune system is at the peak at this time. Okay, so this is one product that will really help. It should be consumed on a daily basis. Umi, it has got quite a bit of iodine, I think reaching about 55%.
Yes.
So that is one product. The second product that a person who is not eating properly and is worried that they might not get enough of iodine would be our AGL Min. Now AGL Min contains about 75% of the recommended daily intake of iodine. Okay, 75%. So you can easily get the 25% from your diet. So at this point of life, okay, you really need the iodine. Okay, because we do not know at what concentration the radioactive substance is going to reach Singapore or Malaysia or Taiwan, or we're not really sure. Everybody is telling that it's going to reach in very low concentration, but how low is the concentration, we do not know.
And also how long?
How long it'll take, nobody knows, because as I told you, radioactive substance do not get disintegrated immediately.
Right.
They linger around for some time.
Okay.
So this is another product that can help. And of course, talking about radiation, it means that we have lots and lots of free radicals lurking around us. So the best thing to combat free radicals would be our EXO, okay, which is full of antioxidants. So these antioxidants will help us to neutralize the various types of free radical. One of the most radical free radical in a nuclear reactor is hydroxyl radical, which is very dangerous. Okay, we remember when there was the Nagasaki, there was a bomb, British bomb Nagasaki. One of the most dangerous thing was hydroxyl. And among all the free radicals that we have, superoxide radicals, we have so many. One of the most radical is the hydroxyl radical. So we need a lot of antioxidants to neutralize all these free radicals. So these are the three products: EXO, Min, and Umi.
Okay, what's happening is a lot of people have gone out to buy iodine tablets in tab form. Okay, but the medical experts in Singapore are saying do not self-medicate. Alright, is there a risk of overdosing, and what are the effects if one overdoses?
Okay, actually by taking, the medical experts have found out that it's no use of taking such, what do you call this, potassium iodide tablets.
That's
to
right.
be more precise. Actually it's potassium iodide tablets. Okay, and one should always remember that iodine is actually a micronutrient. Okay, or I would say another word would be something needed by the body in very small quantities. Okay, so if you over consume iodine, you can have some other complications in the body. So by simply ingesting this potassium iodide and everything, you may cause tissue damage inside your body or organ damage in the long run.
Enlarged goiter.
Yes,
as well, right?
yes. One of it is goiter. Okay, so you shouldn't simply self-medicate. And remember, the potassium iodide and all these are not organic. These are not in organic form. These are not the form that the body can normally recognize and absorb easily. So my advice to everybody is not to self-medicate. Okay, it's better to consume products which are natural, like what we talked about just now, EXO, Min, Umi, okay, or to get it from natural sources, but not to self-medicate in this form, because it does not really help. Medical experts have confirmed this actually.
I see. Okay. So it's better, in other words, to take from natural sources?
Supplements, yes, because natural supplements, the iodine comes in an organic form where the body can actually recognize, assimilate and use it immediately, compared to the potassium iodide tablets. And no one knows actually what is how long are you going to continue taking these potassium iodide tablets. And if you're going to solve one problem, we might end up having another problem or some organ damage in the long run.
And I think because of the bioavailability of the agel products,
yes, definitely,
because the absorption is high and the consistency is there. So when we take the agel product, it's therefore a more accurate, when we ingest it, it's more accurate than taking tablets, right?
Exactly, because tablets have a problem of disintegration and dissolution. Okay, they do not dissolve properly in the stomach and everything, so quite a bit of them is not absorbed. It hardly reaches about 40-45%.
So if you take tablet, you don't actually know how much is actually being absorbed.
Okay?
And if you take too much, you may have an overdose.
Yes, you have toxic effect. And I'm just the worry that the part I'm most worried here is this iodine that is ingested in high amounts might end up in your body. It might not be flushed out immediately.
That's worse.
So it may cause long-term effects. That is going to be worse actually.
Okay. So in this case, I think we are very grateful that we have such great products. In fact, like I say, I'm so happy and thankful that we came to know these great products made by a very good company from
Yes.
very good sources in USA. So and I think in such a time, this is the safest protection anyone can get from this radiation fallout.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Dr. Harish, for your time.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
So much.